My friends, today I want to share with you a story of unwavering faith, divine protection, and miraculous deliverance. It's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from Daniel's 3. A story that holds a powerful message for anyone feeling weak in their faith and in need of encouragement. During the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar, a decree was issued that all people must bow down and worship a massive golden statue that the king had set up. Anyone who refused to worship the statue would be thrown into a blazing furnace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, faithful servants of the Lord, refused to bow down to the idol, staying true to their faith in God. Furious with their defiance, King Nebuchadnezzar summoned them and gave them one last chance to obey his command. He threatened them, saying, "If you do not worship it, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied with unwavering faith, "King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Enraged by their response, Nebuchadnezzar ordered the furnace to be heated even 7 times hotter than usual and commanded some of his strongest soldiers to bind the 3 men and throw them into the blazing furnace. The fire was so intense that it killed the soldiers who took them up. But as King Nebuchadnezzar watched, he was astonished and leapt to his feet in amazement. He asked his advisors, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, your majesty." He said, "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of God." Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening of the blazing furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." When they came out, everyone saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singled. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Nebuchadnezzar declared, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted him and defied the king's command and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God." The story is a powerful testament to the strength of faith and the protection of God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's unwavering trust in God, even in the face of certain days, demonstrates the power of standing firm in one's beliefs. Their faith was rewarded with miraculous deliverance, showing that God is indeed able to save his people from any trial. When you feel weak in your faith, remember the courage and conviction of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They faced one of the most terrifying situations imaginable, yet they stood firm in their faith, trusting that God would deliver them. And God did not abandon them. He was with them in the fire, protecting and delivering them. No matter what challenges or dangers you face, hold fast to your faith in God. He is with you in every trial, walking beside you through every fire. His power to save and protect is limitless, and his presence brings comfort and strength. Take courage from this story. Know that your faith in God is a powerful shield against all adversities. Even when the heat of life's trials seems unbearable, trust that God is with you, ready to deliver you and show his mighty power. Stand firm in your faith, be courageous, and trust in God's protection. With him by your side, no fire can consume you, and no trial can defeat you. Your faith will bring you through any adversity, and God's presence will be your refuge and strength. Amen.